Hey everyone, thank you for turning into Infinite Realms. This is one of my biggest Black Friday deals. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I saw, I kind of always wanted this figure, but the price was a little high, I thought. And then Black Friday rolls around. This went on sale for 15 bucks, and I just had to get it. But of course, today we're looking at Star Wars Crimson I'm so excited I can't say Crimson Empire. Uh, Connor Jacks. If you've not read Crimson Empire, it is a fantastic read. One of my faves from the lore of that time, I think is now called Legacy. I'm not even sure anymore. But I just can't wait to crack this one open. In fact, I was so excited I forgot to pull down the background, and you know what? I'm not going to reshoot it. That's just how it's going to go. And of course, once I got Connor Jacks out of the box, the first big surprise was, and I had never, I kind of looked up past this figure because it was just a bit pricey. And then underneath the cloth cape is a nice, shiny purple, which I'll get into in a little bit. But oh, that was so surprising. I mean, it's just nice sheen to it and everything. I mean, that is cool. And it's a very cool effect. But you can see him here on the spinner, and yeah, he just looks great. So much better than just a simple Imperial Royal Guard. You can tell this guy is something special. Okay, and this is Connor Jacks out of the box and on display. And if you've never read Crimson Empire, I would highly recommend you pick that one up, because that is, again, one of my absolute favorite of the Legacy years. I just think it's a really good story, and it tells you so much about the Imperial Guard, and it ends up being a really, really well done story. I really like it. I can't recommend it enough. So, yeah, and here he is. I mean, he looks like pretty typical of a Imperial Guard, of course, and yeah, but he has some special features. So yeah, he comes with this double-bladed staff that I heard somebody compare to Darth Maul, and I'm almost certain this was long before Maul was a thing. So, I don't know where that comparison could come from, but yeah, that's okay. I always thought it was a cool, wicked-looking weapon, and it's used real well in the story. Um, and then that big surprise purple sheen underneath the red, I was not expecting that. Although now that I look, it's not necessarily inaccurate. I don't think it had that kind of shine to it, but definitely was a surprise. And I think it, I have to say, I think it looks good. It looks real good. I was really pleasantly surprised by that effect. So I like surprises at work. Alright, and if the helmet comes off, I'm doing it wrong, because I tried and then nothing happened. Which is surprising, because he spent most of the story with his helmet actually off. But because of the helmet, you can't really turn the head too far, which is a little bit of a letdown. And, it does impose some limitations on posing. But still looks really good. I have to admit, still looks really good. And in messing around with the figure, I did find a gun that was held down by some rubber bands and a holster on his hip. And it took me a bit to figure out, but the two fingers on his left hand act as trigger fingers for the gun. So that was pretty cool. And I do like that. And despite all of his limitations, you actually can get some pretty decent poses out of this guy. So I've got to say, I'm pleasantly surprised by all of this. And for some quick comparisons, here he is beside of Din Djarin, aka the Mandalorian, and Luke Skywalker. Despite a few issues, still a really good figure. And one that comes from one of my favorite stories from that era. So I'm going to plop on 4 stars to this figure. If the helmet was removable, or easier removable, and the head can move around, I think I would rank it higher, but as it is, I'll just go with 4. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for Infinite Realms. Don't forget to like and subscribe.